Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Keystone Bullet Premier 24RK travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. When you're parking, there's a few things taken into consideration. On your campsite, of course, your slide. More importantly, leave a little more room for that awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, of course, your slide. Then I want you to also think about where your power and water connections are going to be. So your power is going to be just in front of your tires on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and your docking station will be toward the front of the same side. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing you do is level your unit. I do have a night docking light should you arrive at night, and a power tongue jack. Retract for down, extend for up. If you happen to lose power, there's a manual override underneath this rubber stopper and a hand crank to bring that up and down if you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you travel down the road. Once we got our unit level, we're going to go ahead and stabilize it. Now your unit has power stabilizing jacks. Controls are up here. The front one, we're going to hit extend. That's going to run our front down. Now as I run these down, I'm going to mention stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Keep them from sinking into the ground and better distribute the weight. Really good investment with your 10% off coupon. Grab a 4-pack of those. As you see, they're draining your freshwater tank. Adjust your feet as they come down. You'll do the same on the other side. And you're only going to want to run these down until they're taut. Once it feels like it's going to start lifting the unit at all, go ahead and stop. Because remember, we already have our unit level. All we want to do now is stabilize it. So you got these two in the front, and the button behind it will extend the ones all the way in the rear back there, which you might be able to see from here. Do the same thing, put your pads down, run these down just until they're taut. Once we got our unit level and stable, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. So you do have this big long 30 amp cord. At the end of that 30 amp cord, should you need to plug in at home, there's a 30 to 110 adapter. Real quickly, the way these go on now, they go into the left, line up your slot here. Once you wiggle them in, turn it to the right to lock it, and then put on your gray washer. Again, your adapter to plug in at home. Got your power hooked up, hook up our water. Made it real easy in your docking station. City Water Connect, Freshwater Connect, and Black Tank Flush. At the campsites, we're gonna go City Water Connect. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is gonna reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 PSI, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid up here. Hook that up, hook up your hose, but don't turn our hose on yet. Let's go around to your campsite to your hot water heater. This rear corner back here is your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, make sure we've returned our drain plug back in there. You may have left it out last time you were camping, draining your hot water heater. Get that back on there nice and snug. Once it is, you can go ahead and turn on your hot water heater or turn on your hose. After your hose has been on for a little while, go inside and open up your water taps. Once the air is out of the lines and water's flowing steadily, you can go ahead, shut them taps off, and turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Now let's say we're going to go boondocking. We're not going to use city water connection. In that case, we're going to fill up our fresh water tank. Now, no need for a water pressure regulator here. Hose is fine. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks and your battery. Hold the fresh water button down, and that'll tell you when this is full. Once it is full, remember, that's when you turn on your water pump when you need water. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. So we've got our water hooked up, our power hooked up. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit here. I'll start right here in this docking station. This will be our black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black tanks. Again, fresh water and city water. Stabilizing jacks. Cable or satellite plug-ins. Here's where your inlet for winterizing. You hook your antifreeze up to that. Turn this to winterize. That'll suck that back in. Make sure you do the water bypass first. You also have a big spray port out here and a hole that you can go ahead and run all your water lines down through. Your big pass-through storage here. A couple of hand cranks. Your black and gray tanks. That's where we'll dump those. Again, your power. Do have a second handle back here. This is a flue for your furnace. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It will get rather warm. Spare tire with a cover. All camera ready there. All prepped for a backup camera. And a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year and check the seams on your roof and caulk as needed. Maintain your roof. You're going to maintain the life of this trailer. An outdoor speaker. Again, your hot water heater. Your awning. You can pitch adjust that. Run your water down this way. You don't want to do it too much on this end because of your slide. You set a TV up out here. You can plug your cable in 110 in. Your solid steps, we'll run those up. When we leave, again, your huge pass-through storage. Never seen so many as wide. Your propane does have a cover and a regulator on the front. Simply pointing toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. And that about covers everything in the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. I want to talk about your awning first. Went ahead and ran that all the way out. You only want to run that out until that bar falls. You can see that bar and that white flap falls down to 90 degrees. That's when you know you're out far enough. That will extend past that. We'll run that back in a moment. So as soon as you come in the unit, first thing I'd like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Immediately inside the door is your control panel. There's your brand new battery. There's the fresh water button I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Black and gray tanks. Down here is where you turn on your water heater if you're hooked up to gas. Your water heater if hooked up to electric. Your water pump if using potable water. Porch and ceiling lights. Your slides. And your awning control. I'm going to retract that awning. We'll bring that back in. Again, you only want to run that awning out so far. It will extend past that 90-degree point, so just keep an eye on it when you do run it out. Alright, as that closes up, we'll shut off our awning light and continue in the unit. Right here on the door as soon as you walk in also is your thermostat. Let's turn the AC on. So the AC comes on. When you shut the AC off, it will shut off rather quickly. So now let me turn on your furnace. It might be hotter than the 80 degrees it's set at in here. It's pretty warm. Okay, we'll turn on your TV here. Your remote will be in this drawer right here. All right. Let's talk about your sound system. Freon, DVD, CD, AM, FM, Bluetooth. Really nice system. Let me get off from Bluetooth and go to FM. Now, let's see if we can get a channel to come in. There we go. So we got music indoors or outdoors. Crank it up out there, or both. So nice system. Coming back into the bathroom. One thing I want to mention here, this is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. In your bedroom, just want to make sure you got your 110s with USB ports back behind there. Prepped for a TV. There's a mounting bracket here, cable 110 here, a hand crank open vent here, and here's your lighting. For travel, make sure that your shower door is closed and snapped on there. That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close everything up. I like to start by shutting off my ceiling lights, because then I can look around to see if any of the one-touch lighting needs to be shut off. Everything's good. Doors and drawers, that's my motto. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed, that nothing is going to impede your slides from coming in. Those are secured down. Sofa is returned back to its sofa position. The last thing you want is that left like that and your slide come in and rip that beautiful door off. So doors and drawers are closed, everything's secure. Slide room in. Number one is going to be your campsite. And number two, your off campsite. Now it's up to you if you want to run that one in first so you can see it come in. A little easier than peeking around the corner here. So slides in, exit the unit. So for these solid steps, the most important thing is make sure your exterior door is all the way open. You don't want this, you see it comes pretty close. You don't want that to catch on your door as it comes in. So lift this up once it's in. Take this, turn it either way, right or left. Gotta loosen up your lock. Lock your door in there. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle. Your door is secure for travel. At this point, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, unhook our cable, and unhook our water. Once our water's been all unhooked, we can dump our low point drains. If you're using potable water, I'm going to open up that drain right there. Now if you hook up the city water, right up underneath your hot water heater will be your other two low point drains. So once them are dumping, you can come to your hot water heater here, lift up on the pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remaining of your hot water out. Make sure you close this, otherwise your door won't close. Now if you're trying to close your door and it won't, that's usually why. And pull your drain plug. Hook up your hitch and head on up to your dump station. That's your dump station, parked accordingly. You got a couple of dumps here. You got a gray tank in the back, a black and gray up here. Now we do sell bigger, longer, stronger sewage hoses that you can put a Y on or a T and dump this all at once. However, we do have a 10-foot hose. Just remember, if you do hook it up into a Y, you have to start with your black tank. So hook up your sewage hose here, come up front here, get up underneath here and pull that black handle. That's going to be the one on your left. That's going to be your sewage water. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, leave that black handle open. Come up here, again with your water pressure regulator. Hook up the hose at the dump station to your tank flush. With that black handle open, go ahead and run the hose for a good 5 minutes. Wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Unhook that hose. Come back down here, close that black handle, and pull the gray handle. That's gonna be cleaner water, your sinks and showers. It's gonna clean this hose out for you a little bit. And if you do stick with the one, dump this gray tank last. Hook that up, pull that handle, wait for it to be done, and you can conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right in your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Bullet Premier for many years to come. Happy camping.